Just a Thought, a podcast for parents ready to change their mind and change their lives. This is episode number 39, The Thought in the Way. Hello! I'm traveling this week and I'm using my travel mic, so please excuse the low quality recording. I love watching and listening to life coaching. If you ever get a chance to do it, do it. It's life-changing to be coached, but it's even cooler in some ways to listen to someone else being coached, to listen to their thoughts and feelings and hear it all being laid out. And you can hear when they're able to get out of the emotional box and into an intentional place. So something I've noticed as I've listened to life coaching is that when people start talking, they want to tell a big, long explanation and story about what their circumstances are and why they're stuck. But honestly, they really don't need to dig deep to find a thought to get coached on. The thought is usually already right there, being recycled into lots of different areas of their experience. For example, in one session, a lady was feeling that there was too much work to do and she didn't want to do it. She was talking about preparing for a trip with her family. And when it came down to it, though, it was more honest for her to think, there is a lot of work to do, and I do want to do it. She wanted to do it more than not going on the trip or not having it done, and more than letting someone else do it and having them do it wrong, because she really cared about how certain things were done. And when she tweaked the thought to something that was actually a little more true to her, it was more empowering. Once she realized that there was a lot to do, and she did actually want to do it, she could pat herself on the back for doing so much instead of feeling like a slave or a victim who had to do all of the things. In my life, the thought in the way of doing what I really want right now is simple too. For example, my body feels really good when I eat certain things and avoid others, but sometimes the thought, I don't want to miss out, comes into my head when other people are around, and usually when there's pizza, because I love pizza. I will always love pizza. But I want to choose to eat less pizza because I like the way I feel physically when I don't eat it. Emotionally, though, I'm working through the belief that I'm missing out, which I actually see come up in lots of different areas of my life. So in my head, I think my two options are either I miss out and feel disappointed, or eat the thing and feel sick and disappointed. I've noticed that often when we feel stuck, it's because we think there are only two options. Generally, there are way more than two options. And sometimes there's different versions of the two options. For example, a mom feeling frustrated that she can't be creative anymore because she has children now. And she could feel like she only has two options: be creative at the mercy of her children's behavior, or let go of that part of herself. But there are a lot more options. I think it's useful to make a list, even just in my head, of all my options, even ones I'm pretty sure I'm not ever willing to choose. Like in the example with the mom wanting to be creative, one option could be hopping on a plane or moving to a different state without my children. That is an option. But for most of us, we don't consider that an option because we actually want to be mothers or fathers. We actually like our children most of the time. We love our children. But when we open up to the truth that this is an option, we don't have to be doing this, then we can intentionally re-choose our children, so to speak. At least for me, I realize that I want my children and I want to hold on to parts of me that I love, creativity or health or things like that. And when I'm able to focus on the fact that I want both things, both are important to me, then I can choose both things. It's easier to come up with a solution to choose both the things and look for other options I hadn't thought of before than when I was in this standstill of trying to choose between the two things. So that's my quick thought for the day. There will be a much longer thought next week, so look forward to that. Thanks for listening. This is Christina Stead. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a disciple of Jesus Christ. He loves me, He loves you, and He loves us. This is Just a Thought, a podcast for parents wanting to change their mind and change their lives.